What's up, legends? Benchmark Bets is back, and today I've locked in 3 MLB picks. So buckle up, I've done the homework. Let's hit these and stack these wins. Before we get into the picks, let's do a quick recap on yesterday's MLB video. And honestly, it was one of those days. We go 0-3, but every single play was a hook. So we had Freddie Peralta over 5.5 strikeouts, he ends on 5. Garrett Crochet over 7.5 strikeouts, ends on 7. And Robbie Ray under 6.5 strikeouts and ends on 7. So yeah, brutal results, but at the same time, it's actually a good sign. It shows the reads are sharp, we're right on the numbers, and over time, those will start flipping in our favour. That's how this game works. You stay consistent and the results will come. And as always, I use PropsMadness, the best tool out there for player prop analysis. If you want to try this out for yourself, there's a nice little discount in the link down below on your first purchase, so definitely go check it out. So, for the first pick, heading to the Padres and the Pirates game, and I'm going with Mitch Keller for over 16.5 pitcher outs. So far this season, he is over this line in 100% of games, averaging 6 innings pitched and 82.5 balls thrown, which is super efficient. Now the matchup is what really stands out here. The Padres are bottom tier versus righties. They have the 7th worst batting average and also the 4th worst on base percentage. Now if we go to last season and isolate these two areas by giving him both favourable matchups in both areas, he's over the line in 3 out of 5 games, averaging 5.4 innings pitched and also 92 balls thrown, which is again very elite. On top of that, the Pirates bullpen today is stretched thin. Their worst relievers are likely available today. That usually means longer leash for Keller here. And his pitch mix also lines up perfectly. So he mainly pitches the heavy fastball and also the sinker. And the Padres are the 3rd worst versus fastballs and the 9th worst versus sinkers. Only concern here is that they might manage innings with an easier matchup coming up against the Cubs in the next game. So this one is a lean, not a main play. Then for the next pick, heading to the Guardians and the Royals matchup, and I'm going with Joey Cantillo over 15.5 pitcher outs. Now on paper, this isn't the best matchup. The Royals are top 10 versus righties and also have a strong batting average and also on base percentage. But here's the angle. So the bullpen, so again, looking at the bullpen, so they are very limited on left-handed options right now, where the Royals are very weak against. It forces them to use righties, so they are pretty strong against righties. But this is where another positive comes in. They're going to definitely need Cantillo to go deep today, ideally 5 to 6 innings, because he does have a strong fastball, where the Royals rank the 12th worst, and he's only averaging a 0.158 batting average on that pitch for this season. So if he keeps the pitch count under control, he should push into that 5th or 6th innings pretty easily here. The risk is that he could get hit pretty early due to them being good against him in general. But overall, this is a nice solid lean. Wouldn't say this is a main play, very close to a main play, but definitely a solid lean. Now, for the next game between the Mariners and the Rangers, and I'm going with Brian Wu for over 5.5 strikeouts. So for the season, he's over the line 100% of the time, averaging 7.5 strikeouts with a 32.6% strikeout rate. So the Rangers are middle of the pack in K percentage and also whiff percentage against right-handed pitchers. This is the perfect neutral matchup spot. So if we look at last season and filter out the bottom 10 defensive teams and the top 10 defensive teams in both areas, he is over this line in 5 out of 7 games, averaging 6.43 strikeouts with a 26.9% strikeout rate, which is pretty elite in my opinion. Now the key here is that Brian Wu loves to throw the fastball 58% of the time, and he does generate 29% strikeout rates from that pitch alone. And the Rangers are the 2nd worst against fastballs. So that one there is a direct mismatch. Loving this spot, and this is our first official play. Then for the next pick, heading to the Reds and the Marlins game, and I'm going with good old Brady Singer for over 4.5 strikeouts. So for the season, he's over the sign 100% of the time, averaging 5 strikeouts with a 23.9% strikeout rate. So the Marlins against right-handed pitchers are middle of the pack for K percentage, but they have the 7th best whiff percentage against right-handed pitchers. But again, this is the pitch-up matchup. This is where the pitch matchup is key. So Singer throws the sinker ball 55% of the time, and the Marlins are the 3rd worst versus sinkers. And that's a huge edge. So if he leans into that pitch a lot more, which I definitely see him doing, this should consistently generate weak contact with swings and misses, and this is another strong spot, and this is my 2nd official play. Then for the final pick, heading to the Tigers and the Twins game, and I'm going with Bailey over for over 4.5 hits allowed. So for the season, he's only allowing 4 hits per game from 69 pitches, which is actually pretty bad in my opinion. Like, he's only getting to 80-90 pitches yet, and he's already allowing 4 hits. Imagine when he gets to those 80-90 pitches. Anyways, so definitely expecting more volume from here today. Compared to last season, he was averaging about 89-90 pitches, so he's nowhere near that yet, which is a good sign. As terms of the Tigers, they are middle of the pack against righties. They do have the 14th worst batting average, which isn't much. And in terms of, if we look at last season, and we filter out the top 10 defensive teams and the bottom 10 defensive teams for batting average, he's over the sign in 6 out of 10 games, averaging 5.7 hits allowed from 89 pitches, which I should see him roughly getting to here today. Not only that, his pitch mix is pretty good for the Tigers, so he does throw a lot of fastball and changeup. And the Tigers have a 0.5 average against the fastball today. Small sample size, but definitely notable. And they are pretty average against the changeup. This one sets up well for consistent contacts and hits, and this is my 3rd official play for today. So that's pretty much it for all the plays, legends. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on daily MLB picks. And if you want all my best bets, bonus plays, and full card coverage, they're all inside the Discord. Link in the description down below will get you into premium however you want to. Until next time, stay safe, good luck with your bets, gamble responsibly, and I'll catch you in the next one. Laters.